Hi everyone. So, we are in my van. This is gonna be the new, I don't really do sit down anything, but this is like the new layout for if I do. This video is about self-expression and spiritual expression and worthiness and basically my journey with all of those things, and I just wanted to give some backstory and explain how I was able to overcome challenges with those and things that I told myself, different affirmations, things like that, and how I express myself. I have my little notebook here, so I am going to be talking from the things that I wrote down. It's just easier to write them down so that I can make sure that I include everything and not leave anything out. So I never struggled with self-expression until my spiritual journey, and it wasn't right off the bat. It was like 10 months in, and I became very jealous and was comparing myself to this one person. I believed that they had it all and even looks to go with their spirituality, and how I felt I didn't have any of that. Nope, no. Wait a second, yeah. Oh, not again. I began to let my mind tackle my worth and beat me down to the point where I wanted to give up spirituality and stop doing things because I didn't feel there was enough for me. I didn't want to do anything that made it seem like I was copying. I felt very low, and the thoughts were obsessive, and it was like I couldn't escape them. And they automatically made me feel gloomy every time they came. I knew how silly it was, especially for me, but it was a trap I didn't think I could escape from. At work, I was surrounded by people I did not resonate with, and I altered my personality to fit in, and overall felt extremely masculine. And this masculine feeling went hand in hand to the feeling previous, where I didn't think I could become what I called the person I wanted to be, but was just a whimsical feminine hippie that everyone loved. I hated this masculine feeling and didn't feel or allow myself to be the opposite of what I was falsely portraying. I hated work and hated having to deal with myself afterwards, thinking about things I said or did that thinking made me uncomfortable, and stressing the fact I had an alter ego at home, and sometimes not even. I carried that persona home. I felt like a shadow or a dark cloud that wasn't anywhere near who I am. Eventually, after our relationships backfired, I stopped caring what anyone there thought and stayed to myself and focused internally, which was easier to do and was also more true to myself. I love this whole view of the lake. I believe all things heal with time, as I have witnessed that. Those jealous, obsessive thoughts stopped coming after a while. They still did from time to time, but not feeling gloomy anymore, not even close. It's more like that person is in the back of my mind, but somehow I have become fully content with me. I want you to know that day that you took your first inhale and exhale, you gained all the worth you could ever ask for. When a baby is born, there is nothing that limits them. The options and possibilities are endless. When we get affected by the world and our society, it makes us feel less than. When going back, when you took that first breath, you were everything. You held so much meaning. You are so important and needed for whatever purpose you have here on this planet. And that's pretty big to allow silly things like comparison to another person that has their own meaning make less of yours. We are all amazing in our own ways, and that's the beauty. Last month, I really focused on self-discipline. I practiced being in the moment, plus having a clear and stress-free mind. My brain was suddenly switched to growth mode. Every single time, without distractions, when I was working or not doing much, my mind would come up with realizations and understandings of myself, and how I viewed the universe, I then became so much more aware of myself and my doings, and was constantly correcting myself for growth in a very healthy way. Overall, focusing on myself and pushing with everything in me made me realize how much I was capable of. Especially showing love and commitment to hobbies I wanted to pursue helped me gain a lot of confidence in knowing I was learning and spending my time wisely. I was taking myself seriously, truly for once in my life. Focusing on yourself and proving that to yourself with action grows confidence in who you are. It strengthens and deepens your relationship with yourself. Another thing I struggled with was not knowing how to express my spirituality physically. I didn't look the part, and I'm not a very physical touch person as of now at least, and I've seen so many people be able to express their love so easily, and I was struggling with that, what mine looked like. It resulted fastly into, well, what does it feel like? What do you want it to feel like? I reminded myself to focus internally, and the outside will flow from what you've created on the inside. And all things come with time. Who's to say you'll be dealing with the same problem a year from now unless you're fixated on it? The beauty and best feeling is presence. That's the greatest gift we need, but don't allow ourselves. When you're truly present with what is, the amount of stress you are relieved from or any thoughts of what you could be goes out the window. It asks you instead, well, where are you now? How does it feel? What are you witnessing? That's all, and it's simple, meaningful, and beautiful. The more you practice that, the easier it becomes. You have to rewire your mindset, rewrite your thoughts that will result in rewriting your future. I think I realized I was worthy the whole time. Things are a lot simpler than we make them. I had to make the room for the light to come in. If you want the sunlight to come in, you have to open a window, and for me that was presence. There isn't anyone to be or anywhere to go. There is no role to play. You are you, and that's enough. I believe we are all spiritual beings, and the essence and spirit inside of us is one of the only things that matter in life. The physical is a way that we can be physically. It's a way where we're able to interact and learn from other physical beings on this planet. It's a way for us to physically be able to live instead of just spiritually. I believe in that ball of essence, that ball of spirit that lies within each and every one of us. And so I imagine the feeling of that and these activities that we do that help us connect to that spirit, connect to our souls, and what makes us feel alive and what makes us feel like we are spiritual beings. You know, we come from the divine, and it's not about the looks, and it's never been. Like, I can't stress that enough. The things that I'm going to list that make me feel good, that are how I express myself, are not about what it looks like, what it turns out to be, who sees it, what you look like doing it. It's about how it feels and how it connects and how it grows you as a person and how it feeds your soul. And that is all that matters. My first one is dancing to techno or upbeat music, literally doing the most wild dances ever, sometimes with your eyes closed, feels fucking amazing for me. It is the best form of expression, and dancing in the rain is also very beautiful. My number 2 is I like to sing and listen to really good music that makes me feel good. Number 3 is journaling, which is such a big one. I would be lost without my journals. It feels awesome to write about experiences during your day, lessons, or just little quotes or messages you've thought of. I think it's a beautiful way to capture moments you wouldn't have if you never wrote about it. Imagine looking back when you're all old and wise to see what you were thinking back then and what you were up to. Number 4 is communication. I've been talking to myself for 9 years. It makes me feel like I'm my own friend, and it helps me understand things a lot more when spoken aloud. A lot of my ideas or messages I'll come up with really help me in healing or growing or from conversations with myself. I'm also a big body language person, so I use this when communicating with other people, and it makes me feel good that I know others know that I'm listening and engaging fully. I love to take pictures and recently started buying disposables and taking some that way too. I love editing them and seeing how they turn out. I also love capturing film like in my YouTube videos that I wouldn't have. So I think the overall message is presence. The ego is really tied into identity. As humans that come from a society, we really crave identity. When you are present with yourself and your life, you can accept it as what it is rather than all these things that it could be. How is it going to help you to sit down and stress about all these different things when the facts is that you are here right now and you can productively in a healthy way take that next step, but it doesn't do anything to sit there and beat yourself up for what could have been or what other people have or what other people look like. And it's a beautiful thing to be content with yourself and knowing that you are okay with who you are. And the more that you practice that, the deeper your love for yourself will go. And I'm still working on that, but I know that I'm content with myself. And I think I was just so worried about my spiritual expression and how I was able to show others that I was spiritual and that I was someone who knew something. But that's not the case. And that's not why we're here. We're here to spread a message. A message is an essence, just like we are. We are an essence, we are spirit. It has nothing physical to do with it. And so that's the beauty of being able to express yourself, because there's so many fun ways. Like I just got a piercing, just a fun way to be able to express yourself, to add on to something that you have. It's just a physical body. Anything to do with your looks or just like mine are, physical actions like dancing, journaling, singing, things like that. There are ways that we can embrace this life, embrace the living, embrace being alive, feeling alive, embracing the beauty of all that we can do in this lifetime,